I can remember the first time that really felt my own personal productivity drop, where every day was a slog, and I just did not want to do the work. It and I was cognizant of it about maybe 2 to 3 days after it started, and quickly I I worked with my boss, and I figured it's okay to get forward because it just wasn't something I wanted to do. But the issue that we're seeing now is that productivity is dropping quietly based across the country. And the methods I use with my supervisor, which we're going to talk about later, are the same ones we should be using now, but there is definitely a malaise falling over the employment class here. So we're definitely going to take a look at that here. So let's get into the article today. Again, for those that don't know, my name is Ryan Howe. I'm a business coach that works out of West Michigan and around the country. And I come here live pretty consistently every single day. I'm recording this today. I'm actually traveling to Portland, Maine to work with clients, which is always fun to get out there. But again, I hope to earn your subscriptions. Let's get into this here. So productivity is quietly dropping across the workforce. This may be why. Again, this is from Forbes. Link will be in the description, so be sure to go check that out. Yeah, like we've all been there. Just like I just can't lift a finger right now. I'm just mentally, physically just drained. Now, gone are the days when people worked until they couldn't. While many business principles stay the same, the composition and mindset of the workforce are evolving rapidly, and so are the productivity risks. A quiet exit is happening across workplaces, according to Gallup. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to bring this article up here. According to a Gallup report, employees have been steadily working fewer hours over the past 5 years, dropping from an average of 44.1 to 42.9 in 2024. Again, that's a generational divide, is what they're going to get into this piece here. Is that the folks are intentionally not taking as much overtime that is offered to them, and there's a generational shift that is there. So workers under 35 have reduced their hours by nearly two, and while 35 and older workers have cut just one, basically under 1 hour from it. So when you look at that overall from a business standpoint, that's about one work week lost per year, and two for 2 weeks of lost work when you're talking about folks under 35. Now, again, is that the employee's problem? No, that's a business problem. So just to be clear on that, we want folks working, and when they're at work, we want them to be productive and putting in, and being there for a purpose, right? Not just one of the things that absolutely just drives me insane is when we have bosses look around and they don't see people there, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on here? Why aren't they working? What's happening?" And it's like, not everybody has to be working at full steam all the time. It's not how we work as humans, and that's how you break folks. So again, one of the things I work with my clients on specifically is addressing the fact that, hey, there should be times that people are absolutely jobbing and hammering down. There's other times where we want to make sure we build into the system, into the process of the workday, where there's just time to chill out for a little bit. We need time to relax and reset our mind on those things. We're just people are people. Now, the productivity dip isn't just about time on the clock, it's part of a broader transformation of workforce values and well being. At the heart of this issue is burnout. Burnout. Folks, starting in 2019, and this is before COVID, burnout was a thing. Folks were just smoked all over the place. You could just see it. And, COVID 2020 exacerbated it, but it was really the when everybody started returning back to work after the lockdowns were done. You just saw there was so many people have just been broken from that. And work as we know it is broken. We and we got to figure out a way through this piece, right? And that's really what this is about. So the thing is here about the exhaustion, it's not just physical, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual depletion. Again, that shows up in physical decline. You've all had this where you've been working your brain too much, right? And all of a sudden you're like, I'm just done. That's what they're talking about there. Employee engagement is also dropping. In 2024, engagement levels dropped to their lowest point in a decade, with only 31% of workers actively engaged, according to another Gallup report. Workers under 35, again, the same group working fewer hours and experienced a deeper productivity loss, were the most affected. As values and priorities shift, younger generations want more meaning, alignment, and employer support. Salary matters, but it's not enough without a sense of purpose, right? We talk about that a lot on this channel about purpose. Here's one of the things that they're not talking about, and I want to kind of bring this up here, is that we're currently going through a generational shift in ownership for businesses that a lot of folks aren't, they really aren't thinking about. And what that's happening is these owners, they want to sell their businesses, and they need to be able to show they're producing as much money and they're as profitable as possible. So you have business owners that aren't necessarily as focused on growing their businesses in a way that is beneficial for everyone. They're trying to basically turn their companies into cash machines, and they can sell. for a higher amount. That's happening. I'm not saying, that is happening out there. I see it. Those are, and again, for me, I work as an exit planner and I do help businesses with this, but it's the folks that I work with in exit planning and small business owners and entrepreneurs around the country. It's not that. We don't, I guess that will get me to walk away. We want to build businesses that are robust, sound, and are going to be in it for the long haul, not just cut it down to down to the bone and then try to, sell it from that. We build robust businesses with the folks that I work with intent of having, the workplace be someplace that everybody wants to go to. Okay, so as the mental health and emotional toll of work increases across all levels, including the C-suite, leaders must rethink how they define and implement wellness. Focusing on physical health isn't sufficient. What's needed now is a plan that genuinely encompasses mental and emotional well-being, right? These are all things that we're talking about here. The overlooked factor in productivity is this last piece we want to get into. For I talked to you about about where I share how I help my clients out. According to LinkedIn's Workforce Confidence Survey, workers are not only more stressed, but also reporting record lows in confidence. Uncertainty regarding the future of the workplace, AI, right? We talk about it at length here, is steadily affecting people's morale and performance. While older generations often prioritize salary and stability, younger employees seek more integration. Millennials and Gen Z report higher productivity, loyalty, and well being when their work aligns with their values and identity. When that alignment is missing, purpose suffers and output, again, it goes along with it. Now, half of employees now report that AI is helping them become more efficient. All right. Which is another piece we've talked about at length here. And it's important to remember that AI is a tool to help you get better, not to replace you. That's what all my clients are looking at with AI. We're not trying to replace people. We're trying to give them the tool to help them be basically more efficient and more effective in their job. Nobody likes to update spreadsheets. Let the computers do that thing. Last piece here is going to be on productivity isn't just about the hours worked. Disengagement and burnout aren't primarily a function of hours worked and workload. They're deeply influenced by the environments created and how people are led. Clear expectations, precise communication, and thoughtful connection, and a focus on rhythms are excellent foundations. What the heck was that? All those words, I'll tell you. Again, you want to go check out this article, links will be in the description. But really, at the end of the day, when I coach my clients here in the business world, along with employees that I do talk with, I work with them as well. Communication and completely understanding what it is that you're doing when you go into work, that is the most important thing for employers to provide for their employees and also for employees to be able to push back and ask of their bosses. When you come into work, you should know exactly what you're going to do, have all the tools to do it, and when it needs to be done. And if you need training to support that, you get the training that you need. Those are the bare minimums. And those are things that I work with my clients and they're very successful. It's a process that takes time, but it requires open communication. It's all the things that we're used to. I mean, when you think about what a great place to work would be, this is what we're trying to really, what end of the day that is that solves burnout. That's the big piece. When we're able to build businesses that, again, are organized, trained, and equipped to do exactly what they need to do and be a place that folks want to come in and be their best selves, burnout just disappears. I've seen it time and time again, and that's what I help my clients do. So again, be sure to go check out the article. The link's going to be in the description. If you'd like to learn more about, excuse me, or if you'd like to learn more about how I help businesses grow, please check out summitbusinessguys.com. Take care, and I will see you next time.